Coach, obviously, is the mic on? Coach, obviously, because it's not on. Coach, obviously, you guys fell behind by 19. What was going on defensively in the first half? Where you feel like you guys fixed or got better in the second half?
Yeah, I guess I would start with the Clippers were very, very good in the first half. They executed. They had guys making plays. They were very, very good. And we made, a handful of mistakes or more mistakes than we'd like, some miscommunication, some things that we just got to clean up and we got to get better. So it's not a half that, was good, but, I love the fight to get back, to clean it up and be better in the second half and, have really a good second half of defense. I think 23 and 26, for the second half defense.
Then obviously the ball movement in the third led to so many threes. Maybe just speak to what you saw offensively, and particularly in that third quarter to get back in it.
Yeah, it's something that hopefully is something that we do every night, that we do, possession after possession after possession. We keep playing, we keep moving the ball, we keep playing together. And they're very aggressive. So I think, you've got to play through that. You've got to be strong with the ball. You got to make quick, hard decisions and keep the ball moving to hopefully try and negate their aggressiveness.
Hey, Bud. When you guys fall behind by 20-plus points, whose voice stood out to you the most as kind of helping spur this comeback?
I think we try and do everything together. I think, there were different guys that were speaking up. Obviously Book had a good night. He had, a lot of energy, great commitment. So I think, his offensive energy probably fed us a little bit. Book in timeouts was good, but really Tyus is good, KD's good. The whole group, it's a group we talk about being together, and when you're down 20, you got to stay together. When you're up, you got to be together. Everything, you got to do it together. And I felt like the guys stayed together when we were down.
Yeah, Bud, on that note with Book, what do you think's made him adaptable so far early in the season with adjusting his role, as well as having a scoring outburst like he did tonight?
He's just a great player. I'm sure that, he went to the park and played with anybody. He'd probably figure it out quickly. He has an IQ and a knack that's off the charts. He has an ability to score. He has a competitiveness, a toughness. So, those kind of guys, they just figure it out. It doesn't matter, where you drop them, what kind of system, whatever it is. I'm just glad he's on my side.
Hey, Coach, right here.
Mm.
So, the first game that you guys played Clipper here, Devin Booker didn't play very good, but today he got like 40 points and then did very good. What do you think is the difference between the first game him and then today's game him?
The NBA, every night it can be somebody different. And when it's not your night, it doesn't necessarily mean you didn't play well. I know we found a way to win a close, overtime game. I don't remember everything about it, but Book's a part of it. When he's scoring 40, when he's scoring 15, he's getting stops. He's doing everything we need. He had a night tonight. Other guys will have nights on different nights.
Coach, over here against
Yep.
the wall. Thank you for your time tonight. You mentioned the mistakes earlier that the guys made, but there's a group of guys that have a lot of experience, right? So as a coach, what is it like when you see that accountability? So, of course, you're still doing your job, but they're going to take accountability for their actions and make those changes.
Yeah. No, that's, when you have a veteran, mature group that's smart, that understands the game, hopefully there's good collaboration between the coaches and the players. And, they made a couple adjustments. They made a couple of suggestions. It's always great when they're participating. And, it's why it's good to have, smart veteran players like, we've got, a really good collection of that. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, new coach, some new players. What do you think about the 4-1 start? And also, 2 of your 4 wins have been against the same team, which is somewhat of an oddity this soon in the season, already playing them twice.
Yeah, no, it's been a very strange schedule. I think we've played 5 games, and I think we've played the Lakers and the Clippers 4 of the 5. It's wild. It's hard to beat, teams, when it's close, in the calendar within a week, and so I think to come here and win twice on the road, same team early, that's I think it's a good sign for us. We got a lot to work on. It's early, so we'll get to work tomorrow and try and clean some of it up.
Hey, Mike, I'll ask you pregame about your point guards, and Tyus goes out and has 11 assists, only 1 turnover. I think turnover was very early in the game. Like, just what was his role in getting you guys back in this game, both on the floor as well as the few times where you had him off the floor?
Yeah, no, it's like we talked about before the game, having his experience, having his leadership, having him organize us. I think to start the third quarter, he was getting us into the right places. He was getting the guys the ball, a lot, Book, right spot, right time. And I know he didn't score very much, but, the 1 or 2 buckets, he had a big one on the floater. And, the 11 assists, 1 turnover, you just, that's what our team needs. He's exactly what we need. And, very happy with him. And, he's probably harder than me. He probably thinks he can be a lot better.
Coach, obviously you have Dunn and O'Neal. You could easily start one or the other, but the way they played tonight, Dunn, the way he contributed, and then O'Neal, he was simply on fire from 3.
Yeah, no, both those guys, whatever we've asked them to do, again, it's only 5 games, but in those 5 games, they've been, really, really great. Royce, big shot, the big corner 3, big stops, blocks, rebounds. Royce is doing a little bit of everything. And, Ryan's just getting thrown right into, the frying pan, having to guard, great players every night and make plays and, shooting the 3 ball with confidence. So those 2 guys and their size and their athleticism, I think, has really helped us defensively.
Coach, sorry for asking, about Ryan again, but, Ryan, when he came out of college, a lot of people questioned his offensive ability, but he always had it. Shot was always looked good. And, if you looked at his high school film, he could really shoot the ball really well. I don't think it was really indicative of what he did at Virginia. How have you seen his game? And also, when doing that draft process, were you very high on his offensive ability?
Yeah, we definitely had him in, to our gym and worked with him and, felt like, watched his shot, watched him in different situations and felt like, we could, we'd be excited about getting him, trying to help him grow and develop. And, sometimes it's confidence and, a lot of his mechanics are pretty solid. We're trying to help him and his work ethic's been amazing. His willingness to do anything. So, it's been a good start for him, but, he just needs to keep his head down, keep getting in the gym, keep working, keep his ears open. He's got a chance.
19-21 early in the second half, when you feel like one of the keys to getting back in the middle of the game.
We kind of had a similar situation last game versus the Lakers, down like 18 in the first quarter. And, I looked at the rookies and told them right away, like, this isn't college anymore. It's a long game. It's a possession game. Can't get it all back in one play, but, if we weather the storm, we'll be in a good spot. Fine. Yeah.
No, I was going to ask you, that third quarter, when you guys got hot from 3, how much of that was just the ball movement and player movement and getting guys shots?
Yeah, and defending and finally getting stops. It's hard to play fast and you're taking the ball out the net every time. So then we started trading baskets with them for a little bit, but at some point you have to put a stop to it. And, we did a good job of it.
Is that a veteran thing where, you're down 21, but it's okay? Maybe rookies aren't used to that.
Yeah, you'd rather not be in that situation, but, 10 years in now, I've been in a lot of situations and seen a lot of things in this league.
So, Doug, you've been playing with a lot of point guards last year. They basically gave you the ball again. And this year you got guys like Tyus and Monte. How does that change your game on the floor? How does that put you in a, quote-unquote, more natural 2-3 position on the wing?
Yeah, it's just naturally what I've been most of my life, and that's a playmaker and a scorer. So those guys can set the table and take pressure off us and make sure every basket isn't a tough one. you get a couple easy ones in transition. They find you open in the corner instead of having to create every time down. You got somebody that can do it for you.
How does that affect you guys in the fourth quarter? Because there's sometimes where Tyus is on the floor, and you still have to tap into what y'all did last year, where Tyus isn't on for you. Like Royce O'Neal was out there with the rest of the starters. Like, how do you balance that, and how does that help this year compared to last year?
I mean, a lot of it is coach's job, but while we're out there, we just tried to adjust on the fly. I mean, it's still early in the season. We're still getting to know each other. But so far, so good. We've had 2 games down 20 and came back. And, I think that says a lot about a new group.
Well, with the chemistry you and KD showed last season, as well as in USA, in what ways are you two trying to build off of that so far?
I think our job as leaders is pass down the information that we know to the younger guys or that haven't been around. It reminds me, like, thinking back to this summer, like, I was the young guy in the USA locker room and just, trying to take bits and pieces from everybody that was there. And, Kay is a great guy to follow.
What makes you adaptable, whether it's USA or early on this season with, Tyus' presence or having a game like tonight where, you're scoring a bunch?
Survival, trying to get to it. Kentucky, I never started. I've always been in, different situations and just tried to figure it out.
The substitution pattern.
But who also kind of had their own philosophy on how they want to play. So I think those great teams kind of do a little bit of both. Shoot a lot of threes, get threes up if they're there, but they still can't keep it inside the three-point line too. So being a versatile team is key. You don't want to just be straight threes or straight mid-range or straight paint. You want to kind of have a versatile group. And I think that's what a lot of teams in the league are doing, crafting their teams with 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" guys that can do multiple things, guards that can play 3 positions, bigs that can play small too. So that's just the way the league's going.
You guys closed at 5, worked pretty well, spread them out. You like that lineup?
I like all the lineups that we use. The 5, I like when we have a center in there. I mean, we pose out well that way. I just like that we can mix it up. I think that's key. We don't want to rely on just one set lineup. We want to have different options we can go to. Just like I said, there's so many versatile teams in the league, so we got to be able to match some guys too.
Is this a team that can average 45 threes a game, or does it need to average that? You gotta look at it that way.
That's what's there for us. We want to take advantage of it. We don't want to force though. I think that's a fine line. A lot of teams are having this season. Do I come down on a break after a good stop and pull a 3 over the top of 2 people? You know what I'm saying? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. Yeah, that is considered a good shot nowadays, but really is it? Because if you miss that ball now, it's a fast break on the other end. So it's a fine line. Each team, I think, is battling. Each player is battling. But it's part of the game. You just gotta adapt and figure it out.
Did you see LeBron's post today on social media about the election?
No.
He basically said he's going for Kamala Harris. Where do you stand on that?
I don't even get into politics. That's not even my thing. I mean, support nobody. So I sit back and let the rest of the world, the rest of the country do their thing.
Being a part of Netflix Starting 5, what is something that you want your fans to really see about you?
To be honest, I want aspiring basketball players just to understand the lifestyle, the pros and cons that come with getting into this life. It's a huge commitment. It's a lifetime commitment. So I want aspiring ball players, all ages, even if you're a pro, still try and aspire to be better every day. I just want to see kind of what we go through mentally, on and off the court. So hopefully you give them some good insight.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.